folks, thanks for joining us. We'll take the national anthem of the Oduduwa Republic and then we start. Thanks so much, guys, for joining us on day 5 of our campaign. So I'll use the opportunity to monitor your commentaries later today. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining all across our platform. Yesterday we spoke about the 4 imperatives, and in which we listed the 4 conditions Awolowo gave in 1967. The conditions that the Yoruba nation will be part of Nigeria. None of these conditions have ever been met 55 years after. The number 1 condition is a return to regional government. Number 2 condition is that the loan that the federal government had obtained from IMF, World Bank, or any other nation, Paris Club, that the Yoruba will not pay a dime of this loan, only for the project cited in Yoruba land. Number 3 condition was that the police and the military be decentralized and long regional formation. And number 4 is that the personnel that will work in the police and military in each region should be citizens from that region. 55 years after, we are still talking about the same demand. And this is what Tinubu's party, AD, which later became AC, then ACN, then with a merger with other parties that formed the APC. It is the same thing that this man, Tinubu, has been demanding since he came into our reckoning in 1992. He's the most consistent political leader in Yoruba land today. Since 1992, he has been demanding for decentralized democracy. In 1993, he granted an interview in which he said that he does not believe in one Nigeria. One Nigeria actually means the unitary system. That is what Tinubu rejected. He has the greatest prospects to become president of Nigeria in 2023. And if he does, what Awolowo demanded in 1967 Tinubu will bring home the bacon. He's going to give it to us. If he becomes president, he will return us back to regional system of government that we agreed to before the Igbo suspended the system. If Tinubu becomes president in 2023, he will decentralize the military and the police, the judiciary along regional line. If Tinubu becomes president, all the loan that has been obtained from one regime to another that has been used to provide for projects and development in other regions outside Yoruba land, it is those regions who will pay the loan back. And Tinubu will ensure that personnel that will be drawn from the military and the police will be citizens from the regions which they will serve. But folks, the reality is this, and I agree with the governor of Ekiti State when he advised the so-called youth who have always been asking for a younger generation of leaders to emerge, that they don't even participate in local government election. If you do not participate in politics, there is no way you can bring about change. You bring about change via the ballot box or street protests. That is the only two ways you can bring about change. The street protests, you could call it any kind of name you like, defensive force, organized violence, protest, whatever you like. But you need to participate in politics in order to bring about any change that we so desire. So in so doing, if we strive and make Tinubu the president of Nigeria, believe you me, he will do absolutely nothing if we are not on the streets. He will do much more for us after we have voted and we go onto the streets, because that is necessary in a democracy. You look at what happened in Hong Kong, look at what happened in France, in many other countries. People go onto the streets when the politicians are not doing the right thing. But rather than for us to continue to waste our time complaining, we need to participate. We cannot be parochial in the governance of our homeland. So that's why we've always been encouraging the young Yoruba, particularly the conservative wings, that if you must bring about change, you have to participate in politics. You cannot leave this to chances. That's why we're coming up to re-educate you as to the need of Tinubu's presidency. Our aim and objective is the Oduduwa Republic. But without participating in politics, we will not get Oduduwa Republic. Ibita and Lo Jino, Ojulon Shojo. We're going to get there. We know those who are against the Yoruba League in Nigeria, and we will shame them to the glory of God. Having completed what we did yesterday, I received some comments to buttress what we stated yesterday as to the reason why Igbo, as a people, will never support devolution of Nigeria, will never support restructuring, will never support parliamentary system of government, will never support the breakup of Nigeria. Igbo are actually the greatest beneficiary of the fraudulent unity system. They brought it upon us. It is Yoruba that will revert that and break up Nigeria for the good of our children's children. If you look at South-South region, this is information I got from the South-South yesterday. South-South region is a conglomerate of various nations put together in a region. The Edo people is a nation on its own. Urhobo is a nation. Ijaw is a nation. Efik is a nation. Ibibio is a nation. Now, if you look at Akwa Ibom, it's a state, right? That state is mainly populated by Ibibio people, Hanang people. Let me let you into something why the Nigerian political system, the unity system, is bullshit. Akwa Ibom, for instance, they have aluminium in their region. If you look at Ibibio, Anang people as a region, which are predominantly in Akwa Ibom state, they have aluminium smelting company in Ikot Abasi. Do you know that Atiku, a Fulani man, when he was the unitary vice president of Nigeria, he sold that company at a ridiculous price to foreigners who were not even from Nigeria and who were not people from Akwa Ibom, the Ibibio Anang people. He sold their resources to his friends under Obasanjo. Now, let me teach you something that you might not really understand. Atiku Abubakar is a Fulani man, just like Mr. Buhari, Muhammadu Buhari, just like El Rufai, just like Satana of Sokoto, just like the governor of Kaduna, the governor of Kano. All of these guys are Fulani. But in true sense of that, they are actually foreigners in Nigeria. That is the honest truth. If you look at English who are living in Nigeria and the English who colonized Nigeria, they were also foreigners like Fulani in Nigeria. But at one point, we chased out the English. We abused them. We called them colonialists. We said they are coming into our land to steal our wealth, to kill our people, to enslave our people. So collectively, we chase them out. But we completely ignore the Fulani, who are also foreigners in Nigeria. They are also doing the exact thing the English were doing. As a matter of fact, the Fulani were far worse than the English. At least the English have the human capital to run a society. Fulani lack this. But our people have always been focusing on skin color. That is why to them it is very convenient to focus all energy, attention on the English and chase them away. They ignore the Fulani who are foreigners in Nigeria. If the Indians should come to Nigeria and decided to be president and decided to be governors in charge of our ports, our waterways, people in Nigeria will collectively be united to chase them away because of the color of their skin. If the Chinese should come to Nigeria now and become the president, control the police, control the military, control the ports, control all our life, kill people the same way the Fulani are killing people in Nigeria, the people in Nigeria will collectively gang up against these Chinese to chase them out of Nigeria because they see the color of their skin. But they are so stupid thinking that Fulani are different from the Chinese, from the Indians, from the English that I've mentioned. The same thing the English did, killing our people, enslaving our people, taking our people into slavery overseas, the Fulani are doing it. Stealing our wealth to build England, Fulani are doing the exact thing. If we have common sense and knowledgeable people, we will reject Fulani completely. Look at the black people of South Africa. They concentrated their energy on the white people of South Africa because the white people of South Africa came from England and Netherlands. So that was why the black people of South Africa seized the skin color and chased them away. They called them all manners of things because they were foreigners and took the governors from them in South Africa. It is the same situation the people of Nigeria are facing with the Fulani. Fulani should be chased away from Nigeria. That is the truth. Anyone who makes argument that Fulani should never be chased away from Nigeria, then such a person should also make argument that English should be allowed to recolonize everyone in Nigeria. That is it. Anyone who makes argument that Fulani are part and parcel of Nigeria, then such an individual should be willing and ready for the Chinese to come to Nigeria and take over the governors of that country, the same way the Fulani are doing. But if you will not accept the Chinese to come and rule in Nigeria, if you will not accept the English to come back and colonize us physically, then you must reject Fulani ever in the presidency of Nigeria. Imagine the Ibibio Anang people, their aluminium was sold at a giveaway price by Atiku, a Fulani, to its foreigners' friends. That is the reason why the Yoruba allies, when I get to speak about it, you will know that the Yoruba allies have always been Kanuri people. People continue to underestimate the Kanuri people. The people that we call Boko Haram, they are actually one of the allies of the Yoruba people inside Nigeria. The Efik Ibibio people, the Hanang people, the Urobo people, the Edo people. These are Yoruba allies inside Nigeria. They have what we also have. That's why they will always support and vote for a Yoruba citizen. The people of Ibibio and Hanang people, their resources was sold by Atiku, a foreigner. So I'm challenging everyone today. If we antagonize Fulani for being foreigners in Nigeria, and you present an argument why somebody like Buhari must be president, why somebody like El-Rufai must be governor, why somebody like Atiku must be contesting for election, we must be willing and ready to allow Chinese to also come and participate in election in Nigeria. Fulani are foreigners, they are not indigenous to Nigeria. The Chinese are foreigners, they are not indigenous to Nigeria. If we can allow the Fulani to rule in Nigeria, we must as well allow the Chinese to contest election. That is the truth picture. When you put the governance of your nation in the hands of foreigners, they destroy it. It is because foreigners are ruling in Nigeria since the English colonial talk left. That is why we have been facing killings, ethnically motivated violence since 1966 that the Igbo suspended regional government. If you make a Chinese man to be president of Nigeria, he will be willing to use the military to slaughter everybody in Nigeria because the people that will be killed are not Chinese like himself. That is why you see killings going on in Nigeria, because Fulani, who are foreigners, are in charge of the presidency of Nigeria. It is wrong. It is completely wrong. There is nobody that can make an argument for a Fulani to contest for an election. Look at what happened in 1999, rather, when we started a return to democratic rule. Fulani have always been participating in the presidential election. The Yoruba only participated in the presidential election once in 1999, Olufalaye. In 2003, Fulani participated, Buhari, with Igbo Obasanjo. In 2007, Fulani participated at that presidential election, Yaradua. In 2011, Fulani participated at the presidential election, Buhari, Atiku. In 2015, Fulani participated at that election, Buhari. In 2019, Fulani participated at that election, Buhari and Atiku. The most annoying one was 2007. Buhari, a Fulani, participated at that election. Yaradua, a Fulani, participated at that election. Atiku, a Fulani, participated at that election. Foreigners. And somebody will say that the Chinese have no right to come and contest election in Nigeria. Somebody will say that the English who colonize us are evil-minded, are horrible souls, are wicked souls. You allow foreigners, Fulani, to control Nigeria. You have no right, no moral right, no legal right to condemn any foreigners who wishes to suppress and subjugate the rest of you in Nigeria. People don't know how global politics work. America is not an evil society. France is not an evil society. Germany is not an evil society. Even the ridiculous, stupid government in England, who are criminally minded, their society is not necessarily evil. It is not. They have their electorates. Every 4 years or 5 years that they go to the poll, they promise their electorate more job, more prospect, more opportunity, more prosperity here and there. In order to give their people this, they are willing to steal the resources from other nations. How do they do it? That is what should concern you as Yoruba citizen that you are. The English have been able to control Nigeria because of the Fulani who are foreigners. If you chase away the Fulani from Nigeria, then that country will have relative peace of mind. There is no society where you can have absolute peace of mind. Even absolute peace of mind is not possible. But if the Fulani are no longer ruling in Nigeria, there will be relative peace. Because it is foreigners that are always destroying society. Have you ever seen any English want to blow up and kill people, want to work for Al-Qaeda or want to work for ISIS to destroy England? It has always been foreigners who want to act as terrorists to destroy England. It is Fulani that the English are using because Fulani are not indigenous to Nigeria. That's why they are easily used by outside forces to bring about instability into the country. The entire people of Africa, in their stupidity and foolishness, gang up against white South Africans because they see white South Africans as foreigners in South Africa. But the Fulani are also foreigners in Nigeria. The indigenous homeland of the Fulani is Senegal. You can't see Yoruba people ruling the people of Senegal. You can't see Yoruba people ruling the people of Ghana. You can't see Yoruba people ruling the people of Ivory Coast. You can't see Yoruba people ruling them in South Africa or in Kenya or in Mozambique or in Zimbabwe or in Angola. You can't see Yoruba people doing that because these places that I've mentioned are not indigenous to Yoruba people. Yoruba people are not indigenous to these places that I've mentioned. But you can see Yoruba ruling in Nigeria because Yoruba nation is within Nigeria. You can see Yoruba ruling in Benin Republic. You can see Yoruba ruling in Togo because these are extensions of Yoruba land. Why should we continue to accept Fulani minority ruling in Nigeria? It's a question that intelligent people should answer. If we must allow Fulani to rule in Nigeria, we might as well allow the Chinese. We must as well allow English to come back and recolonize us. Actually, they are doing that with the proxy of the Fulani. So the resources that belongs to the people of Ibibio and Hanang nation, Atiku, a foreigner who found himself as the vice president of a unitary Nigeria, sold their resources. Imagine what the people, the Efik Ibibio people, particularly the Ibibio Hanang, because the Ibibio Hanang people are the majority in Akwa Ibom. Imagine if they are the one in charge of their own resources. Just imagine that. A number of Yoruba people are not brilliant folks. I know this because I'm a Yoruba citizen, because I relate with them. They don't understand that foreigners do not rule. I'm a Yoruba man. If I go to court and the police present their case and say to me that I have no right to challenge the Igbo in Yoruba, to challenge the Fulani in Yoruba, I will say to them that they have no right to have refused me my stay in this country for the first 8 years that I was living in their country. They have no right to ask any Yoruba citizen coming from Yoruba land to live in England. They have no right to stop them. They have no right to threaten them with deportation. Do you understand? They have no such rights. But they will tell you that they have the right because it is their country. Yes, it is their country. That is why, as Yoruba people, you have to speak out against Fulani ruling in Nigeria. They are not from Nigeria. We cannot pretend. If anybody presents argument that Fulani must continue to rule in Nigeria, I must be the king of England. I'm Yoruba. Yes, I want to replace the Queen of England after her demise. You think English will accept that? If the English will not accept that because I'm a foreigner, then Fulani can no longer rule in Nigeria because they are foreigners. I don't know why people don't want to speak the truth. It is only black people in Nigeria that are very deceitful people. You have Yoruba all over the world. There are Yoruba in Canada, there are Yoruba in America. Why are you not ruling there? You think the white people in Canada will accept that? Imagine what the people of Ibibio and Hanang would have done if they have been in charge of their own aluminium. But we practice useless unitary system that takes everybody's resources and move it to the center. That is why everybody is targeting Tinubu. If we have been practicing regional government, Tinubu will never be interested in the presidency of Nigeria. He will be interested in becoming the prime minister of Yoruba region. There's nothing anymore in Yoruba region. Everything has been centralized. Military centralized, police centralized, immigration centralized, customs centralized, the court system centralized. Everything centralized in Nigeria. The control of mineral and natural resources centralized. People don't know the meaning of slavery. Slavery simply means a group of people from another country or another nation coming to other people's country to rule over them. That is what Fulani are doing in Nigeria. It is slavery. Aside aluminium that they have in Ibibio land, they also have crude oil. This is located in an offshore site near Eket, which is the operational base for ExxonMobil of America. America has that company. But ExxonMobil is totally, completely controlling the crude oil in Ibibio Hanang land. Almost for next to nothing. 55% of the stake of the crude oil in that site is controlled by ExxonMobil, which is an American company. It is the Fulani that made it possible because they are foreigner in Nigeria. So in order for them to remain in power, they must allow another foreign entity to have a wood stunk of the crude oil that belong to the Ibibio and Hanang people. So when American comes, you think their society is evil. It is not an evil society. So when American comes to Nigeria, the Fulani will give them the license to extract oil from Ibibio land. And America will take 55% of the proceeds, and the remaining 45% will be shared between the English and the Fulani, foreigners, because you allow foreigners to be president of Nigeria. So for Fulani to stay in power, they must go to other foreign nations who are superpower and share the proceeds of the wealth of other people. So this is how politics work, in case you don't know. No nation is evil. We are all looking for resources. We're all looking for wealth, and we go to where we can get it. Imagine if we practice regional government and we have Ibibio, Anang region. It is these people from that region that will go to ExxonMobil in America and ask them to come and extract their crude oil. They can then agree whatever percentage of the share, even if they ask the Americans to come and say to the American, take 55% of the proceeds of the crude oil, because you have all the equipment, you have all the technical know-how to extract this crude oil. Just give us 45%. The 45% will be with the Efik Anang Ibibio people. But what do you have now? American oil companies will come to Ibibio land, they will take the oil, keep 55%, the remaining 45% goes to the Fulani and English. That is why everybody is poor in Nigeria, because you allow foreigners to be. I hope people will come to court, believe you me. You will learn a lot, because it's going to be a competent court of law where I'm going to be making this statement. I would like to be the king of England after the demise of the Queen. I'm a foreigner in England. If the English can support the Fulani who are foreigner in Nigeria, then the people of England must appoint me as the king of England. But you think the English are stupid? They are not stupid. If I make that public statement, it is English, young English, that will come and kill me. Because they know what will happen to their nation if I become the king of England. I will fuck them all up. I will replace all the leadership of their country with Yoruba people because I'm a Yoruba citizen. That is the exact thing Fulani are doing. Nigeria is the way it is because foreigners are still ruling you, who are Fulani people. So if we go back to regional government, the Ibibio people will be in charge of their crude oil. Of course, they will still reach out to America. But now what do you have? For every 100% stake in the Ibibio crude oil, American takes 55%. The remaining 45% is given to Fulani. Fulani gave portion of that to the English. The people who are the owner of the resources, they are not benefiting it because you put Fulani, who are foreigners, as the presidency of Nigeria. That is why the English, the Fulani, and the Igbo, and the half Yoruba, they are against Tinubu presidency. They know that Tinubu will stop this. Tinubu will give us decentralized democracy. That is the way he put it. Everyone says restructuring. Some people will say devolution. Tinubu said decentralized democracy. You can interpret it the way you want. Some people will even call it true federalism. Say whatever you want to say. What we meant is simple, that the resources of each region must be controlled by the region, not by the federal government. That is the meaning of what we are asking for. I will all move that. He made that statement. If from his speech that I read yesterday, he said in August 1966, they have been asking Gowon government. Gowon came to power July 1966. A month after, they've been asking him to give them a return back to regional government. 2021, my generation is asking for the same thing. If we fail to make Tinubu president, my children's generation will be doing what we're doing. And that is what we're trying to stop. Our generation will change the course of history. If you look at Cross River states, like I said, Akwa Ibom that I have just spoken about is predominantly made up of Ibibio and Anang people. Their resources is being controlled by Hausa Fulani. These people support Yoruba to take the presidency of Nigeria. If you look at Cross River State, it is predominantly Efik people. There are Ekoi people there. There are Ogoja people there. There are other ethnic groups there. You understand? They have limestone. They have rubber plantation, which they can use on their own. Before Obasanjo presidency, the people of Cross River, they used to have crude oil. They don't have anymore. In case you don't know, their crude oil was situated in Bakassi Peninsula. Atiku, a Fulani, Obasanjo recently stated that we don't know whether that is a valid statement. Obasanjo said that it was Atiku who forced him to give Bakassi to Cameroon. Imagine if we are running regional government, Cross River, which is predominantly Efik land with other ethnic groups, and there is a problem of Bakassi Peninsula. Even if they go to the international court, the international court cannot do anything other than agree to a plebiscite, which is referendum, to take place in Bakassi Peninsula. For the people of Bakassi Peninsula to decide whether they want to be in the Efik region or they want to be in Cameroon. It is their land. But because we run unitary, useless system in Nigeria, foreigner gave away that land to another country. If you can sit down and look beyond sentiment, you will not hate France. You won't hate Germany. You will not hate America. Even you won't hate England. You will hate yourself, Yoruba people. I have lived in England now, by this September this year, to be 14 years. that have lived in this country. 14 good years. There is nothing exceptional in English citizen that we don't have in Yoruba citizen. Nothing, absolutely nothing exceptional. They use the tax system to provide social amenities. We started the same way. Unfortunately, all the taxes generated in Yoruba land, it is not funding economic growth and development in Yoruba land. It is actually developing Hausa land, developing Igbo land. That is why our people are still interested in wanting to come and live in England, a country that is difficult for Yoruba to live and attain their full human potential. We pay taxes here. There is nothing that is free. Everything is paid for by the people. We are paying huge taxes in Yoruba land, but everywhere is poor, miserable in Yoruba land because our taxes is going to Abuja. That is the problem. That is what we are trying to address under restructuring, under regional government, under decentralized democracy. It was the concept of Tinubu. Tinubu brought that concept, decentralized democracy. Why I've introduced the concept of devolution to Nigeria. When people were always talking about restructuring, we said, no, we're asking the federal government to devolve power back to the region. You think Efik Hanang people, do you think they just like Yoruba for fun? No, they respect us because they know that we are the only people that can change Nigeria for good. When you allow foreigners to rule you, you will never be great. Fulani are foreigners. People must learn to speak the truth. And we are grateful to Abiola's wife, Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri Abiola. She stated it in her exclusive interview that Fulani are not from Nigeria. That is why your country is run down. And people will say, oh, there is Alimajiri in Northwest. No, we've done our research. If you randomly selected 1,000 Alimajiri, all of them will be Hausa children. You will never find one single Fulani among them. How come it is easy for English to continue to recolonize you? Because Fulani are foreigners who are ruling in Nigeria. They control the police, they control the military, they control the presidency, they control the federal civil service. Who is the Nigerian representative at the United Nations? Halima Muhammad. That lady, or is it Fatima? She's Fulani. Everywhere Fulani capture it, foreigners. But you hate white people because they are foreigners. Are Fulani not foreigners? You embrace Fulani because they have black skin. You are racist. You saying English you leave. You don't like the Chinese. You started campaigning against the Chinese, saying that they want to colonize you. You hate them because of their skin color. Their skin color is what you see because you are not so intelligent. If you are intelligent, you will see beyond skin color. You will see nationality. You will see culture. You will see language. You will see norms and value system. If you look at such, you will never accept Buhari as the president of Nigeria because he's a foreigner. In as much as the English will not allow me to be king after the death of Queen, then we can no longer accept Fulani to be president of Nigeria. Buhari must be the last Fulani to be president of Nigeria. We will no longer accept foreigners to occupy the most important position in Nigeria. If you do, your country will never be great. These people that I've mentioned, Efik Ibibio people, Anand people, people of Ogoja, Edo, Urobo, even Ijo, they will never affiliate themselves with Igbo. They will not. What is the resources of Igbo? I told you that they don't have crude oil. My friend from the Niger Delta, when they were doing their militancy, they were the one that called themselves militant. I don't call them, I told them they are freedom fighters. That's what I call them. Because I don't think those guys are militant because I have related with them. When they want to do any attack, they blow up pipelines. They take hostages who are foreigners. We challenge the Igbo. If you truly have crude oil, go and blow up pipelines. Look at what they are doing. They are bombing police stations, bombing government houses. That's what they do. They don't have crude oil. They lie to you. But they have coal, and they have limestone, and they have red soil, or you call it clay. Look at what the Ekiti government is doing. They are now producing burnt bricks hardened with limestone and cement to build houses. What stops the Igbo from using their coal to generate electricity in their region, or to generate electricity and supply it to other regions of Nigeria? What stopped them? They have limestone. What stopped them from combining that with their red soil and produce burnt bricks to build houses, sell all over the world? Because they are inadequate as human beings. They lack human capital. That is why the only focus they have is how to come to Lagos, how to live in Yoruba land. You can't give me money now. Let's say the government of this country decided to give me £1 million. I will never take it to Igbo land. I will take that money to start business in Yoruba land. Why are Igbo trooping in into our space? You can set up your market in your Igbo land, and anyone that is interested in buying your stuffs, they will come to Igbo land and buy it. Why must you live in Yoruba land? See that Atiku, a foreigner, sold the wealth of the Efiki Bibio people. These people don't want Biafra. They want regional government. That is why they are going to vote for Yoruba in 2023. Igbo don't have crude oil. Look at Kanu. He said that people should sit down at home. Fayemi was telling all this liberal Yoruba, always sitting on Twitter, writing rubbish on Facebook. They sit down 24 hours on Facebook, making videos. I watch some of them. Believe you me, when I'm watching, I'm always with a jotter or a notepad. But if I'm watching them, I can't get anything to write because they are speaking rubbish. Inabikano will tell you that hip-hop is everywhere. Hip-hop is the best. Why is it that hip-hop cannot present candidates for governors, for governorship position in their 5 states? And if truly hip-hop is that popular, let the Igbo vote for this candidate, and as a collective, they declare for Biafra. Yeah, it will be binding. That's how everybody is doing it. Look at Scotland. They wanted out of UK. They identify a political party that is campaigning for a referendum for Scottish people to leave the UK, Scottish National Party. The people who are interested in Scotland getting out of the UK, they started voting for that party. That party is winning majority every election. There's going to be another election in a few days' time, May 6th, in Scotland. Scottish National Party. Their only campaign slogan is that we will get you a referendum to vote out of the UK. You see, people voted for that party to get them out of the UK. Nnamdi has been talking shit since 2015. You cannot just talk shit without participating in politics. Although he works for the PDP, he pretended to these gullible followers that is not interested in politics. He wanted Biafra. If you want Biafra, participate in election. Vote for 5 governors who have sympathy for IPOB, who are members of IPOB. And then as a collective, they will then say that we are leaving and the process can begin. Look at the Northern Ireland. Sinn Féin is a nationalist party in Northern Ireland. He says he wants reunification with the larger Republic of Ireland. And people who want reunification with the Republic of Ireland in Northern Ireland, they have always been voting for Sinn Féin. That is how things get changed. We as YYF, we look at the activities of the action group that changed its name to UPN. From UPN, it became SDP. From SDP, it metamorphosed into AD, Action Congress. From AD, it became ACN, no, Alliance for Democracy, AD. Then from AD to AC, that is Action Congress. From AC to ACN, Action Congress of Nigeria. Then this is what I'm going to be talking about today, the four-party merger. Then it became APC. This political party is the Yoruba conservative wing. They have always been asking for a return to regional government. They have always been the one advocating for Oduduwa Republic. We subscribe to the same ideology as the Yoruba APC, and we campaign for them. Because we can't get you Oduduwa Republic without politics. So that's why we're telling you, Tinubu presidency is a prelude to Oduduwa Republic. So that's what he keeps saying to his people. Nnamdi Kanu is just using you for business. Igbo people. He doesn't want Biafra. It will never come. He's asking people to sit down at all. Tell IPOP to take over PDP. That is the party of the Igbo. Tell all your followers to go and register with PDP in Igbo land as the party members. Then go to your congresses in Igbo land. Ensure that your candidate and IPOP member is the governorship candidate for all the 5 states and the senatorial and everything. You sign an agreement with them that if they win, they will go to the National Assembly and move a resolution or motion or whatever for the federal government to speak on the Biafra question. But it will not be Biafra, it will be in the Igbo Republic, because Biafra will never come. It included all other areas that are not Igbo land, which people of those areas are against. So you have to participate in politics. You don't just sit around somewhere and say people should not vote and say people should sit down at home. Stupid people. You're just playing game. You are maintaining the unity system, and we know all of this. That's why we've exposed you. I was the one who came up with that concept, Biafra. If you look at the stages of Igbo, they have 3 phases of leadership: the natural leader, the political leader, and their youths. The natural leaders are their warrant officer, whom they now describe as Obi or Eze, as well as their former elected or appointed political leaders, business leaders, and eminent Igbo sons and daughters. These are the people that are in the first category of the leadership of the Igbo nation. The second categories of the leadership of the Igbo nation are their current elected or appointed political leaders like governors, senators, House of Representatives, local government chairman, councillor, you name it. That is the second phase of the leadership of the people of Igbo. The third and final phase is the Igbo youth, like IPOP, like MASOB, and the rest of them. If you look critically at these 3 set of leaders, they all desire the same thing: one Nigeria. The Igbo youth don't want Nigeria to break. That is the truth. The day they start asking for in the Igbo Republic, we should take them serious. That means they want out of Nigeria. But as long as they continue to shout Biafra, it's a pretentious campaign to remain inside Nigeria under the unitary system. None of these 3 groups in Igbo land want devolution of power to the region. None of these 3 groups want parliamentary system. None of these 3 groups want decentralization of the police and the military. All they want, these 3 groups, the Igbo leaders, natural leaders, the Igbo political leaders, and the Igbo youth, they want the continuation of the unitary system. They have always been very open about it, and with all due respect to them. They are always doing this, people saying that we must rotate the presidency of Nigeria. They came up with the concept of having 6 vice presidents, because the only thing they desire in their life is how to steal the Yoruba wealth, how to control Yoruba land. That is the greediness in them, and this thing is never going to be possible. They just want the unitary system. the presidency of the unity system to kill others. That's why they always make ridiculous proposals that we should have 6 vice presidents, that we should rotate the presidency of Nigeria. They don't want Biafra. Ask Edo people, ask Urobo people, ask Efik Ibibio people, ask Anang people, ask Ijo people, whether they want to be part of the Igbo of Biafra. They will tell you no. Tinubu knows all of this. It is the exact thing that the Igbo are against that Tinubu will give them, devolution of power back to the region. They can't govern themselves. They cannot govern themselves. So don't let these people continue to fool the Yoruba nation. Igbo people don't want Biafra. Biafra is a fraud. Let them demand for Indibo Republic that includes only Igbo-speaking people. Then we will take them serious. All of their leaders, all of them, they want what we are presently seeing in Nigeria: chaos, anarchy, trouble. We Yoruba, you don't want that. For instance, I have asked a number of young Yoruba who joined YY. I've asked them to return to Yoruba land. I've asked them several times. And the guys who are in charge of chemical and biological weapon unit, they have been back since 2013, if I'm right. I asked people to go back home. People don't want to go back home. They want this chaos. You have killing here, you have bomb here tomorrow, and for instance, this is what the Igbo want. On Sunday, you have killings here. On Monday, there is a bomb explosion there. On Tuesday, there is a protest in that. They just want chaos. They want anarchy. They want instability in Nigeria. That is how they derive joy. But if we decentralize the country, only Yoruba land will be peaceful, because our youth want development. They want economic growth and development. They want to use their brain power to develop their society. Igbo youth don't deserve that. Igbo youth don't desire that, and all of their people. It's ridiculous. Pick randomly any Igbo governors, Igbo senators, House of Assembly member. Ask them, do you want a return to regional government? They will say no. All Igbo political leaders in the National Assembly, the only thing they're always talking about is that there's problem in Nigeria. If you push them, they will say, we are one, my brother. They are the one who are always dropping that appellation. I have never seen English calling a Scottish, my brother. We are one now. No. The English are always concerned about the development of England. The Scottish are always concerned about the development in Scotland. The Welsh are always concerned about the development in Wales. The Irish are always concerned about development in Northern Ireland. It is Igbo people that will speak and say, my brother, we are one now. We are one. We are not one. We will never be. We don't speak the same language. Ask all these Igbo youths, all these IPOP youths, Masob youths. Ask them if they want regional government. They will tell you no. They will say they want Biafra. By the time you say to them that Edo people don't want Biafra, Urobo people don't want to be part of your Biafra, Ijo people don't want to be part of your Biafra, Efik Ibibio don't want to be part of your Biafra, they will tell you, okay, they would rather stay in Nigeria. The only reason they want Biafra is because of crude oil and waterways. They don't have. If they have, I've challenged them for several years. If you truly have crude oil, start blowing up pipelines in Igbo land. If truly you have crude oil. But if the Niger Delta youth are upset with the federal government, they start blowing up pipelines because they have crude oil. Igbo don't have crude oil. That's why they are blowing up police stations. That's why they are blowing up government houses. That's why they are always protesting on the streets. What they lack is what they are looking for. But what they should be looking for is how to give their people free and qualitative education. They can go and employ people like MC Oluomo to come and educate them. Yeah, because MC Oluomo is more intelligent than even Professor Soludo. Soludo is not, Soludo and his clique. You see what happened yesterday. Patutomi, Olisa Agbakoba, Osita Chidoka. All of this happen to be their best brain. All of them are against devolution. Because they are poor-minded. You think because they have PhD, they are reasonable? They are poor people. MC Oluomo, as the Prime Minister of Igbo land, will bring about change within 10 years. MC Oluomo, who is NURTW, he will bring about change, quality change to Igbo land. You expect people like Soludo to come out and say, this is the time for us to go back to devolution of power. This is the time for us to give our people qualitative education. Make them to be educated like the Yoruba are. But they're not. They're very hopeless people. They are the ones destroying Nigeria. Igbo people. They are the problem of Nigeria, not Fulani. The only thing about Fulani is that they are foreigners. They can no longer produce the presidency of Nigeria. Never again. They think that they will always forever get the support of English. No, it's not going to be forever. Folks, but I want to talk about something today. Something that is, I don't know the appropriate word to use, but all of you have forgotten about it. Now, there's a serious campaign against Tinubu presidency, right? Who started calling for Tinubu to contest for election? We started in 2014, and I'm going to enlighten you. Some of you might have forgotten about this. We were the first group, the Young Yoruba for Freedom. We were the first group, the first set of individuals to call on Mr. Tinubu to contest for the presidency of Nigeria since 2014. And I'll tell you how this happens. See, the Action Congress of Nigeria, founded as Alliance for Democracy in 1998. But let me, before saying that, let me rephrase what I've said earlier. ACN, or no, this one you have today, APC. APC you have today. You know, we gave them a new name. We say Yoruba APC. That is Yoruba All Progressive Congress. But let me now tell you one thing which some of you might be aware of. Mr. Yomi, I can't see your message, but I want to read your message so that I need you to read your message, because I read some after my speech yesterday, and the information you provided were fantastic. Thank you very much. Look, Yoruba APC that we are saying, Yoruba APC has a long history. Yeah. It started actually in 1933 when Awolowo and Dr. Eyohita established a political party, National Nigerian Youth Movement. Yeah, Nigeria in 1933. Then in 1942 or thereabouts, Abat Macaulay, who had his own political party, asked Awolowo to join forces with him, and the two parties became NCNC. That was it. Unfortunately, Olayinka Abat Macaulay died in 1946. Zik, who was the secretary, then took over the party. Understand? Awolowo was in England then, getting educated as a lawyer. Then Zik then took that party. It was that hunger that made Awolowo and his friends to form the Action Group. Action Group. Eyohita left and formed another political party. Eyohita is from Efikibibi. That's why Yoruba and Efikibibi, we have very good relationship politically. So I will quickly tell you the history of Yoruba APC. So it was Action Group, founded in 1951, then it was ruling Yoruba, the entire Yoruba sphere, from 1951 that it was founded up to 1966. Then the Igbo messed up all the political system. The military took over, Hausa Fulani military and Igbo military. By 1979, we had a new democratic system. Then the whole Action Group, its member, they came together and established a new political party called UPN to participate in the 1979 election. Again, UPN ruled the entire Yoruba land from 1979 up until 1983. You see, when the military took over. The first time Action Group was formed in 1951. It ruled entire Yoruba land from 1951 up until 1966, when the military came, Igbo military. The military were in power from 1966 until 1979. In 1979, this same Action Group member, like I just said now, came together, formed UPN. And again, elections were held across Yoruba land, and this party won majority again. So this party was ruling the entire Yoruba land from 1979 to 1983. The military came again. Military were in government from 1983 up until 1991. Then Babangida transmuted from the head of state, he called himself president. He then allowed elections in 1992. Then the UPN member then came together and joined the SDP, because Babangida founded two political parties, SDP, Social Democratic Party, and NRC, National Republican Convention. He founded them in 1991. So the Yoruba who were in UPN, initially they started from Action Group to UPN. Then all of them from UPN moved to SDP. Again, elections were held across Yoruba land in 1992. SDP won majority. You can see. So we were ruling. Then we contested the presidential election in 1993. SDP Abiola won the election. The election was annulled. There was crisis. So the military stopped that election in 1993. So the military started ruling from 1993 again up until 1999. In 1999, the Yoruba who were originally in Action Group, who transmuted to UPN, who then changed the name, who joined the SDP, all of them now came together under AD, Alliance for Democracy. Again, elections were conducted in 1999. AD won the entire election in Yoruba. I'm not making a joke. You can go and cross-check it. These are conservative parties. That's why I laugh at Yoruba Libra saying that election will not hold in Yoruba land. We have been having election in Yoruba land since 1923. 1923. So you see that they now created another party called Alliance for Democracy in 1998. They contested the election and won all the election in 1999. Then in 2003, Obasanjo came and ripped them out. All of the AD governors, National Assembly member, Obasanjo ripped them out in 2003, except one soul, Mr. Tinubu. Then, Mr. Tinubu then decided that, okay, let us change the name of AD to ACN. So he changed the name of AD to ACN, I think in 2006, Action Congress. Then again, Action Congress won all the election in Yoruba land. There were some that were rigged by Obasanjo. Tinubu was going to court and he was getting them back, winning them back, winning them back. Then thereafter, Tinubu then decided, okay, let's change the name to ACN, that is Action Congress of Nigeria. It became ACN in 2007 or 11. Then election of that year, ACN won all the majority in Yoruba land. Towards 2015, this is where I have to come in and discuss about this merger with you. Towards 2015, in 2013, our party, the Yoruba party, formed a merger with Hausa Fulani and 3 other parties. And this is where I want to come into this lecture. Now, why I have stated all of this story, for you to understand that the Yoruba APC is the only Yoruba party. It has always been winning election since 1951. It has not changed. You can change the name of a movement, an organization, a political party. The ideology remains the same, Yoruba first. And Yoruba electorates are the most educated electorate in Nigeria. That is why, if you look at all the elections we've had since 1951 up to 2019, it is the same party that has always won majority. PDP is not Yoruba party. PDP is not loved in Yoruba land. PDP is a party of half Yoruba, half Igbo. That's why they are always against the interests of the Yoruba nation. So we are not so concerned or perturbed about the nonsense that the Yoruba PDP are doing through their no campaign 2023 election, which we are going to come to that. But there's something I would like to educate the Yoruba youth about, the stupidity of the Yoruba APC. So the Action Congress of Nigeria, ACN, and I wrote here, founded as Alliance for Democracy in 1998, changed its name in year 2006 to Action Congress of Nigeria. It is a Yoruba party. Tinubu was the leader of that party. There's another one, the Congress for Progressive Change, CPC. It was founded in 2009. It was a Hausa Fulani political party. Buhari was the leader of that party. The third one, the All Nigeria People's Party, ANPP, founded in 1998, was a household party in the extreme north of Nigeria, but especially in Kanuri land. So you see that ACN was Yoruba party. CPC of Buhari, that means ACN of Tinubu, was a Yoruba party. CPC of Buhari was Hausa Fulani party. ANPP, even though very popular in the north, but extremely popular in Kanuri land. Then the fourth one, the All Progressive Grand Alliance, ABGA. ABGA was founded in 2003, was an Igbo political party founded by Ojukwu. The leader of that party, as at the time of the merger that we're talking about, was Rochas Okorocha. Rochas Okorocha was the leader of the party. Now, I want you to look at the stupidity of the Yoruba APC in all of this, how they disgrace us in 2014. These four political parties, representing the four major ethnic nationalities of Nigeria, including the Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, Kanuri, and Igbo, formed a merger in 2013. These four political parties formed a merger in 2019. They called their new party the All Progressive Congress, APC. Now I want you to look at these folks. Before the merger, these were the standings of each political parties. Party ACN, which is the Yoruba party, had 6 governors, 13 senators, and 45 House of Representative members. We have excluded State Assembly. CPC, with Buhari as its leader, had 1 governor, 6 senators, and 21 House of Representative members. ANPP had 3 governors, 4 senators, and 11 House of Representative members. ABGA, which is the Igbo party, had 1 governor, no senators, and 2 House of Representative members. It is imperative you get this clearly. There were 4 political parties that merged in 2013. Their standing shows that the leader of that merger is the Yoruba party, ACN, which had 6 governors, 13 senators, and 45 House of Representative members. And that party was led by Tinubu. CPC, led by Buhari, like I said to you, had 1 governor, 6 senators, and 21 House of Representatives. ANPP, which is Kanuri party, had 3 governors, 4 senators, and 11 House of Representatives. Habga, which is Igbo party, had 1 governor, 0 senators, and 2 House of Representatives. So you can see that ACN, the Yoruba political party, had more governors, more senators, and more House of Representative members than the 3 other political parties combined together. Combined together. Now, I want the youth who are listening to me to see how the Yoruba APC insulted us that time. Look at the category of governor. Yoruba political party. They are going into a merger with other political party. They were going into that merger with 6 governors. But Buhari party, CPC, had 1 governor. ANPP had 3 governors, making 4. CPC 1, ANPP 3, making 4. And ABGA 1 governor. So the 3 other parties had 5 governors combined together. One party, the Yoruba party, ACN, had 6 governors. Now let us look at senators. The Yoruba ACN had 13 senators. Buhari CPC had 6. ANPP had 4. 6 plus 4 making 10. And ABGA, which is Igbo party, had none. So you can see that the combined senators for the 3 other party was 10, when only Yoruba party ACN had 13. In the House of Representatives, ACN, which is the Yoruba party, had 45. Now let us look at what the other party had. CPC had 21, House of Representatives. ABGA had 11. 21 plus 11, that is 32. ABGA had 2, that is 34. The 44 rather, 2 to 3. Yeah, 34. So you can see that ACN was the largest party of the 2 political parties. So that's you can see that that's a given fact. Let me see if I can hold this. Come. So you see so you can see that ACN is the largest party of the 4 political parties. They have more governors combined together than the other 3. They had more senators combined together than the other 3. They had more House of Representatives combined together than the other 3. So naturally, the ACN was expected to produce the presidential candidate of the party. That was what was expected. But Buhari will have none of that. Yet, his party is the 2nd largest of the 4 parties. You are going into a merger, 4 political parties, saying, let us march together so that we can defeat the PDP. Right. One of these parties, ACN, had more governors than all the other 3 parties, had more senators than all the other 3 parties, had more House of Representatives than the other 3 parties. In a natural phenomenon, ACN, as the largest party of the merger, will produce the presidency or presidential candidate of that party. That is a natural thing to happen. But Buhari refused. This is a Fulani man, a foreigner in Nigeria, dictating to the Yoruba people, who are the indigenous people of Nigeria. I hope you guys will come to court. You'll find it very beautiful when you come to witness my trial. The police in England arrested me as the president of YY, saying that I'm encouraging racial hatred. Yet in their country, they continue to discriminate against us. They threaten us with deportation. You understand? They stop and search us. But they want us to fold our hands and do nothing so that our generation after generation will come and be washing toilet for them in England. So Fulani, who are foreigners in Nigeria, will control our ports, will control our waterways, will control our police, will control our military, will control our immigration, will control our custom, will control our prison, will control our life. That is what the irresponsible English police want us to do. Do nothing and wash toilet for their people. I won't wash toilet for you. You will wash toilet for us in Yoruba land. By the time we're done with you, by the time we shut down Lagos, you will know that this generation is different from our parent generation. There is no way this kind of merger can happen with a party that is a minority getting the presidential ticket of the merger party. No, it doesn't happen. The Young Yoruba for Freedom in 2013, we felt very disappointed. Tinubu allowed for the junior party, the CPC, to produce the presidential candidate. You remember the argument these horrible Yoruba liberals that were agitating for Oduduwa Republic today? They had an argument. You know what they said? When the YYF said, we will not accept CPC to produce the presidential candidate. We will not. The Yoruba liberal that were today asking for Oduduwa Republic in 2013 told us in different fora that Obasanjo had spent 8 years as the president of Nigeria, that it is not the turn of the Yoruba people. Today they are shouting, Audio Oduduwa Republic. That's what they told us, that Obasanjo had spent 8 years, which will allow the Hausa Fulani to produce the presidential candidate of the party. We responded as a movement. We responded back. We told them that since the English left, Fulani, who are foreigners, have been ruling Nigeria. Tafawa Balewa held power from 1960 to 1966. He was Fulani. After that, Igbo held power for 6 months, Aguiyi Ironsi. After that, Gowon held power from minority group. Minority. Is it possible for minority to be ruling America or be ruling in Britain? Gowon, minority that its population is not even up to 300,000. He became head of government of Nigeria via coup anyway. After Gowon, Muritala Mohammed, Fulani. After Muritala Mohammed, Obasanjo, Igbo. After Obasanjo, Shagari, Fulani. After Shagari, Buhari, Fulani, foreigners ruling over Yoruba. After Buhari, Babangida, a Hausa man. After Babangida, Shonekan for 3 months. That was the first Yoruba full-blooded to be president. He was there under Fidihe interim government. After Shonekan, we have Abacha. He have Kanuri, have Fulani. After Abacha, we have Abdul Salam, Abubakar, a Hausa man. After that, we have Obasanjo, an Igbo man. After Obasanjo, we had Yaradua, Fulani. After Yaradua, we had Jonathan. Yoruba has never produced president of Nigeria. Even Shonekan was there for 3 months. We presented this argument. The same Yoruba people who are today agitating for Oduduwa Republic were abusing me in 2013, 2014. We confronted Tinubu at that moment in time because we are a movement of an ideology. We don't use emotion. We use logic. We're a conservative people. We said, no, we will not accept Buhari. Aside the fact that it's from the minority Fulani who are not even indigenous to Nigeria, his party, CPC, is a junior partner in a merger. A junior partner cannot produce the most important ticket of that party. After we gave an argument that Fulani have been ruling, that Obasanjo is not Yoruba, at that point in time, everybody were abusing us when we raised the issue that Obasanjo was not a Yoruba man. Did you see the APC speaking out then? No, because it fit perfectly to their intention at that point in time. Even though it's our party, we rejected their stand. But recently, you can see the APC people who are organizing swagger going everywhere to campaign for Tinubu. Senator Adeyeye. It was recently that he agreed with YYF that Obasanjo is not a Yoruba man. When we raised the issue in 2013 that Obasanjo is not a Yoruba man, we cannot accept Obasanjo's tenure as Yoruba tenure. We will not accept Buhari as the candidate of the major party. They condemn us. But we stood our ground. We propounded another argument that the Yoruba land is the economic backbone of Nigeria and with the majority population of Nigeria. Unlike the white Americans and the English in Britain, we should be the only people producing the presidency of Nigeria. That is it. It is only whites in America that are producing the president of America. Since they had their independence in 1776, no black man has been president of America. Only an idiot will believe that Obama is actually a black man. Obama's father was from Kenya. His mother is white American. Obama is brown, not African American. The current vice president of America, Lady Harris, she's not a black woman. Her father is from Jamaica. Her mother is Indian. No full-blooded African American has ever been vice president or president of America, and I doubt if they will be. That is the truth. Only white rule in America because they are the majority and the economic backbone. Only English have always been producing prime minister in Great Britain because they are the majority in terms of the population of the United Kingdom and the economic backbone. We said in 2013 that only Yoruba should be ruling. All of these people that are agitating for Oduduwa Republic were abusing us then. They were abusing us, calling for our arrests because we speak nothing but truths. We produced evidence that Obasanjo is not a Yoruba man. And the fact that we have never had a full-blooded Yoruba citizen as the president of Nigeria. We listed out all the prime minister, head of state, and president we have had in Nigeria who have essentially come from the north. Because the Yoruba APC and the Yoruba Liberals, because the Yoruba Liberal desire have always been not to allow Yoruba to be president of Nigeria. So when YYF was against CPC Buhari since 2013, the Yoruba Liberal that are today calling for no election in Yoruba land were in support of Buhari. But we were against Buhari. That this is an injustice against our party, the ACN. We are the majority in the merger. We should naturally produce the presidential candidate of that party. So everything they throw at us, we responded back to them. When they said that Yoruba have served their term under Obasanjo, we said to them, Obasanjo is not a Yoruba man. We provide all the president, head of state, and prime minister that have come from Nigeria are essentially from the north and predominantly Fulani. So why will you say it is the turn of Buhari? We rejected that. We insisted that YYF will not support the injustice against the Yoruba nation, being the largest party in the merger, and that the ACN should produce the presidential candidate of the party. Now, a lot of you tell me, oh, they come and meet me and say, you started agitating for the Oduduwa Republic. Why are you supporting Tinubu now? Idiot, I've always been supporting Tinubu all my life. I like the man. We don't have to get money from him. He's a great guy. He's extremely brilliant, so. And he means well for the Yoruba nation. In 2023, we were against Tinubu, fighting him, telling him he has to contest. It is not today that we started supporting him to be president of Nigeria. No. We built our movement on truth, nothing but truth. If I were to be Pentecostal Christian, I'll be liberal. Because that religion set is the most useless set of religion in the world. It's bullshit. Pentecostalism in Yoruba is worse than Satan the devil. Terrible people are involved in Pentecostalism in Nigeria. They do all manners of crime and they are not honest. Never been honest people. Unless you guys change. They are liberal people. During that argument in 2013-2014, we produced the 2010 UK general elections as an example of how the largest party in a merger produces the president or prime minister in a coalition. You cannot be teaching young Yoruba to be stupid in their outlook to life. You have 4 political parties forming a merger, and you are asking the second largest party to produce the presidential candidate. That is bullshit. You are teaching young Yoruba to be stupid, to be subservient, to play second-class fiddle to useless Fulani who are not even from Nigeria. We rejected this as a movement, that you can't damage the mind of our young people. How can you go into a merger and allow CPC to produce the president? You, that is the largest party in the merger, you are producing the presidential ticket. Why does that happen? So we said to them, in 2010, there was a general election in UK. 3 major parties contested for that election: the Conservative Party, the Labour Party, and the Liberal Democrat. It was a hung parliament, meaning there was no clear winner. The Conservative, out of 650 seats, the Conservative Party had 306 seats. The Labour Party had 258 seats. The Liberal Democratic Party had 57 seats, and the other mushroom parties, they have 29 seats. So the winner needs 326 seats to win, but Conservative had 306 seats. So they are short by 20 seats. That is a hung parliament, no winner. What will happen? Negotiation, merger. The Liberal Democrats became the bride. Labour were lobbying them, Conservative were also lobbying them. So the Liberal Democrats realized that if they form a coalition government with Labour Party, they will still be short of the mandatory 326 seats. So they decided to go into a merger with the Conservative Party. As a junior partner, the Liberal Democrat have 57 seats, the Conservative have 306 seats. They form a merger, they had majority. As the junior party to that coalition, the Liberal Democrat candidate became the deputy prime minister. The Conservative candidate became the prime minister of that country. That guy was David Cameron. That is what happened in a merger. But everything is upside down in Nigeria because our parents don't understand why Fulani are so determined, why Fulani are so hell-bent on controlling the Yoruba nation. Our parent generation thought that they can kill anybody if they so wish. But it is the English that are behind Fulani. Fulani are the most weakest people in Nigeria. Take the presidency away from Fulani, you will slaughter them like animals. In fact, they will be doing rank a day for you. It is English that have always used Fulani because English are foreigners in Nigeria. They stole our wealth to build England. When they left, they gave power to Fulani, who are also foreigners in Nigeria. So the English give weapons to Fulani to kill people in Nigeria. That was why Tinubu was so silly at that point in time to allow CPC, the junior party, to produce a presidential candidate. It doesn't happen anywhere. Our parent generation have always been very silly and very stupid. They undermine us every now and then. The same situation happened in UK, where the English are. Do you think the English would have allowed the Liberal Democrat to produce the prime minister with 57 seats when Conservative had 306 seats? We raised this with the ACN. We raised this with Tinubu. Our movement was so upset. We said, no, we will not support Buhari. We stood by principle. We don't use emotion. And I said, I led that movement. Even when our members were agitating that we should support Buhari, I said, no, it is against the foundation of YY for us to undermine the interest of the Yoruba nation. Our party, ACN, was the largest party in that merger. Our party should produce the presidential candidate of the APC. So we refuse to support Buhari. That was when we came out with a concept. When we lobbied Tinubu, he refused to contest because we were asking him since 2013 to come out. By 2014, we gave him an ultimatum that it will be 4 more years for Jonathan if Fashola is not the candidate of the APC. That was when we came out with the concept, Fashola or 4 more years for Jonathan. And we stood by our principle. We don't just move from here to here, like stupid liberal are doing, like the stupid Mr. Sadistics who used to work with us. Today he support PDP, tomorrow he support APC. He said he's preaching against bitter politics. Stupid boy. In America, they play bitter politics. In UK, here, they play bitter politics. Politics is bitter. He's saying we shouldn't play bitter politics. He's calling bitter politics. He left our movement and deleted our Facebook page. If you look at our Facebook page, it's a new one. It's a new one. Since I started this campaign now, everybody's getting back into our page. I was shocked yesterday when a number of people were watching us through our page. You see, we were unhappy with our party because our party took a very stupid decision. It undermines the greatness of the Yoruba nation. You cannot play second-class citizen to people who are foreigners in your own homeland. You are teaching our children bad thing, bad precedents, bad example. We explain all of these. The Yoruba, I know all of these Yoruba liberals. You know, we've been playing this game for a while. I know all of them. In 2013 through 2014, they were attacking me when we stood our ground. These people that are calling for our Oduduwa Republic, when we were campaigning against Buhari, these people were attacking me because their ulterior motive is for foreigners to always rule over Yoruba. All of these people that you see sitting down in front of Facebook, talking, condemning Tinubu, saying there will be no election. In 2013, 2014, when YYF was fighting against Tinubu, saying that it will undermine the interest of the Yoruba nation if a junior party produced the presidential candidate of the major party. It will undermine. We said everything. We dropped that Obasanjo is Igbo. We listed all the Fulani that have ruled in Nigeria. We said that no Yoruba has ever been president. We campaigned and stood our ground. And at the end of the day, we said to Tinubu, if he's not interested, he should allow Fashola to be. And we gave him our ultimatum, Fashola or 4 more years for Jonathan. In anger, we had a section, because I'm the president, and I said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to release our research finding against the candidacy of Buhari. Believe you me, that was what we did, because we felt slighted. We were disappointed. We saw the standard in UK. We saw a coalition government. We had 6 governors, 13 senators, 45 House of Assembly members. We are the largest party, ACN, but CPC with 1 governor, 6 senators, 21 House of Representatives clinched the ticket for the presidential candidate of the major party. We were very disappointed. I have never been that disappointed in my life. But we decided to release our research against Buhari. So we began releasing our research findings that exposed the lack of education of Buhari. It was YYF who released it, not no other person. His involvement in the killings of the Yoruba people at Abeokuta during the protests against the arrest and imprisonment of Awolowo and 21 other Yoruba. He was promoted twice in 1962-63 from 2nd lieutenant to platoon commander. We released all these findings. People have forgotten about that. We released how Buhari was killing Yoruba people in Abeokuta under the instruction of Tafawa Balewa and Zik. We said we won't want this man to be president. That was 2013, 2014. And how he jailed several Yoruba people who were never part of Shagari government, but left out Shagari from being in prison. We release all of this finding. At this junction, let me just praise the memory of one man, and a just citizen. His name is Oronto Douglas. He was the special advisor to President Jonathan on research, documentation, and strategy. May God continue to bless him. He's late now. He died at the age of, I think, 45 or 48 years. He was very young, but an academician. I'm very impressed with that man. I've never met him. But this guy says something about me. He was impressed with our research work. So PDP were using wildlife research findings about Buhari to promote the election of their principal, President Jonathan. Mr. Douglas, as an academician, he respected my intellectual property and wanted to pay for it. I've mentioned this before. I've never been detailed the way I'm going to be detailed today. He wanted to pay for my research work. So he met with Femi Fani-Kayode, who was the then director of media and publicity of the campaign team of President Jonathan. Then Oronto Douglas made provision for £20,000 as compensation for the use of my research work. I had no knowledge of this. I have never worked with PDP. I am not impressed with them. They are useless political parties. But we were against the actions of our party, ACN. And we insisted, being the party with the largest number of governors, senators, and House of Representatives, we should be the party in the merger to produce the presidential candidate. Because we stand based on principles. We rejected the candidacy of Buhari because it will undermine the greatness of the Yoruba nation. It will wrongly teach young Yoruba to be second class wherever they go to, when we're supposed to be first class citizens. So this man gave £20,000 to Femi Fani-Kayode. I have no knowledge about that. And I said to you, the only reason he made provision for that money was because he was an academician. He was using my work and he knew it was wrong and he wanted to pay for it. So Mr. Femi Fani-Kayode contacted me and informed me about the money. And I was very sure, I remember what I told him. I am not working for PDP. The political party that we support is the APC, because of the merger of our party with the other three parties. But as a movement, we disagree with our party agreeing to play second-class fiddle to a junior partner. It was on the basis of this that we disagree with our party. I will not support your political party. But he told me then that, don't worry, Oronto Douglas asked me to give you £20,000. And I thanked them because they are using my work. All of these things that I do is very expensive. It's costly. We're doing research. It's like we are a consultant. And we are now the think tank for the Yoruba nation, by the way. So he told me that he had given the money to Deji Adeyanju. Deji Adeyanju was the former director of new media of the PDP. It is the same stupid boy that is always ranting all over the place. I have no idea what he studied in university. I don't know the tertiary institution he had attended, but I have 100% assurance that it will be one useless course that he has studied. He doesn't have brain at all. They are just doing activism, making noise on social media. He can't formulate policy on how to bring about free and qualitative education, free health care, affordable housing, security of lives and property, and job security. He cannot formulate any policy of such. These guys are not very brilliant, other than for them to go outside and do shits, make noise on social media, and they sleep with different women, and that is what they call politics. So Deji Adeyanju was supposed to hand over this money to me. Mr. Femi Fani-Kayode gave Deji Adeyanju's number to me. When Deji Adeyanju arrived in London, I contacted him and I said, look, Femi asked me to get 20,000 pounds from you, paid by Oronto Douglas for my research work. He denied. That is it. He denied, and he said that Femi Fani-Kayode did not give him any money. I was shocked. So what's going on? So I called Femi Fani-Kayode again, and he promised to sort things out with Deji. And I'm very sure he called Deji back to inform him that he should hand over the money to me. So Femi Fani-Kayode called me and said, oh, I've spoken to Deji, the money is with him. Call him. So I picked my phone and I called Deji Adeyanju again. He denied for the second time. Say, wọ́n fún mi lówó yẹn o, but wọ́n bá mi sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ fún mi lówó yẹn o, bóyá wọ́n gbàgbé, bóyá escape mind wọn, tí n bá padà dé Nàìjíríà, máa organize owó yẹn, máa fún ẹ. He was using my money to sleep with different Yoruba girls in London. Stupid boy. He was the one that wrote a petition saying that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu had a bullion van in his house and he should be investigated for that purpose. Stupid boy. Tinubu is very wealthy. They can bring in like 100 million naira, 200 million naira, 500 million naira into his house. It's his personal money. He wants to use it. So perhaps they transported this kind of huge cash via bullion van. It is Tinubu's money. He started writing petition, idiot. He spent 20,000 that belonged to me. It was from my brain power. He was using the money to sleep with different Yoruba girls in London. He's always doing activism. This is the second time I'm speaking about this issue. I have never been in details like this. They have never for once spoke out that I'm lying. They took my 20,000 pounds. Oronto Douglas is late now. God continue to bless him. He was an academician. He appreciates brain power. That's why I keep telling people who will appreciate what we are doing are intelligent souls like us. Not all this, like Dara talk show. Look at that woman. She doesn't have any intelligence in her brain. All these people that are doing Oduduwa Republic, is he Citizen AY? Is he Bello, Frank Bello? Is it all of these, David Hamilton? So what can they project to the public? What kind of level of intelligence do they speak with? They just rant. They just come and abuse Tinubu. They are never detailed. Look at that Deji Adeyanju. His PDP party is out of power now. I'm very sure he might be campaigning for Tinubu because he will be hungry. He took 20,000 pounds that belongs to me. Femi Fani-Kayode would not deny this. And this is the second time I'm making this public statement. Both of them will not deny it. I don't know the mother of Deji Adeyanju. He continued to claim that he's Yoruba. I have my doubt. This is the attribute of half Yoruba people. And I expect Femi Fani-Kayode to make a public statement about this. It is my money, and I believe you guys should pay me back. So that is the nature of these people that are always going on the street to protest. Even Showore, all of them are doing it for the money. That's why they are not relevant for so long. Look at when we started. We started when we were teenagers. We're still very relevant. We're still conscious of what we're doing. We have principles. When I was young, I read Awolowo's book, My Vision. He said, in terms of principle, you stand like a rock. In terms of fashion, you swim with the current. I read it from Awolowo's book. We have principles that are our guiding lights. I won't behave like this to these people. Ordinarily 20,000 pounds. They mess up with it. Imagine billions of naira they have stolen. That is what PDP is known for. They steal. That's why we are saying to Yoruba youth, this is not the party you should associate with. They have nothing in their brain other than corruption. Look, Buhari from the junior party got the ticket of the merger. Let me be frank with you. Buhari will likely undermine Tinubu's in 2023. He has shown that he will undermine Tinubu at any given time. In 2003, Buhari contested with Chuba Okadigbo and lost. An Igbo man was his candidate, vice presidential candidate. In 2007, Buhari contested with Edwin Ume Ezioke, another Igbo. He lost. In 2011, Buhari contested with Tunde Bakare, a Fulani. Tunde Bakare is a Fulani, it's not Yoruba. Again, he lost. It was in 2015 when he contested with Oshibajo, supported and solely funded by Tinubu, that he won. Somebody that has tried 3 times and failed. It was the 4th time that Tinubu helped him. But what did he do to Tinubu during his first term? Because you guys forget things. You think that we just respond to issues. We're not just doing emotional response. We're very logical in our approach. And somebody was talking to me yesterday, saying that how do we defend Buhari because of all of this nonsense? I told him, have I ever defended Buhari before? We support APC Yoruba. We've been very clear with that. In 2019, we asked people to vote for Oshibajo. We played identity politics. Buhari undermined Tinubu in his first term. All of you have forgotten about it. He reneged on their agreement. After the merger, Buhari party was a junior party. He cleared the ticket for the presidential ticket of the party. He agreed in principle with the Tinubu's other party that he will control the presidency, while Tinubu will control the National Assembly. This was the agreement before the election of 2015. He reneged on that agreement. When they won, shockingly to him, they won. He controlled the presidency and he also controlled the National Assembly. He did not allow Tinubu to control the National Assembly in 2015. After the APC had won the election of 2015 and Buhari became president, Buhari ensured Tinubu never got to control the National Assembly. He supported Bukola Saraki and Yakubu Dogara, both of the PDP. Buhari supported. You have forgotten what happened. You think we don't have memories? No. As a matter of fact, I have a new organization which is not even affiliated to WAWA. They have a database of all Af-Yoruba who are in public domain or who are eminent people, popular people, Af-Yoruba. When they come out to contest election in Yoruba, that organization will speak out against them. It is because of what we're doing that people are making decisions. A party with a junior partner produced the presidential ticket of a merger. The agreement was enshrined that Tinubu will control the National Assembly if their party wins, and Buhari CPC will control the presidency. But what happened in 2015? Buhari called all the APC senators and House of Representative members to a meeting. While the meeting was holding, Bukola Saraki and Yakubu Dogara were voted in as Senate President and Speaker of the House of Representatives. You are forgotten because you don't have memory. We've been telling you how they want to fuck up Tinubu a long time. I'm saying to you, if you want Oduduwa Republic, you make Tinubu president of Nigeria. Because they know that there is a possibility of getting Oduduwa Republic. That is why the English, the Fulani, the Igbo, and Afro-Yoruba want Tinubu down. Only God and United States of America will help Tinubu. Only God and the US government. Bukola Saraki and Yakubu Dogara were PDP and they were Fulani. It was agreed with Buhari. I'm telling you, the power of the presidency is too much. That's why the Fulani, led by Buhari, Obasanjo half Yoruba. They were afraid for Tinubu to control it. If Tinubu control that presidency, he's going to fuck them up. That is the fear. So the reality on ground is that there will be war in Nigeria. There will be war. They want to put pressure on Tinubu until they will give up and say, I'm not contesting, I'm fed up. There will be war in Nigeria towards 2023. A president of Nigeria will control the military, control the police, control immigration, control custom, control taxes, control the crude oil, control land border, control airport, control seaport, control everything, control your sex life. So you think Fulani want to give up that power? If Tinubu become president, he can go and bring American military and use them to replace all the military in Nigeria for the time being that he's going to be president until he's able to do whatever he wants to do, and he's going to pay them money. He can go and bring Israeli to take over your police and military so that they don't assassinate him. They know all of this game. That is why they are campaigning against that guy. The unwritten agreement was that APC will give its presidential ticket to Tinubu in 2023. However, the Fulani, the half Yoruba led by Obasanjo and the Igbo, do not want Tinubu to be president of Nigeria because he is more likely to bring about the dissolution of Nigeria or a return to the regional government, and these people do not want such to happen. That is, you think Tinubu, as a master strategist politically, will support Buhari without any understanding? Without any understanding? So he will give the junior partner, CPC, the presidential ticket and go and give the control of the National Assembly to PDP. Do you think Tinubu can be so stupid to such a level? You understand? I see war in Nigeria. The war is going to start and end in Lagos. Shut down the entire foreign infrastructure that we have identified. Shut it down. People will not get salaries and allowances in Igbo and in Hausa Fulani. You shut down Muritala Mohammed, Tinker Port, Lagos International Airport, and the Lagos Stock Exchange. Shut them down. People will not get salaries and allowances in Igbo land and in Hausa Fulani. What will happen? Anarchy. Problem everywhere. Just shutting down Lagos. So Yoruba, if you are that powerful, how come Fulani foreigners are ruling you? How come the Igbo are always messing up your opportunity to rule Nigeria? If you are that powerful, you use what you have to get what you want. So this is what a Yoruba who works within the MI5 told us, that this is the time for Oni of Ife to rise to the occasion. Press all the button to go to America to talk to President Biden. We need to negotiate and give America the control of certain resources that we have as Yoruba people in return for military support. You don't know the power of the presidency. You want Tinubu to control that power. You think Igbo will be comfortable? Yeah. You think Tinubu they will want him to get it? Let me quickly say what our spokesman is talking about. Yeah. So they don't want the guy to have the control of that power. That is why they are shouting. All this Sunday Igbo, all this Professor Banji Akintoye, their number one focus is Tinubu, no election. They don't want Yoruba to be. I have said this to you. Imagine us destroying Apapa Wharf, destroying Tinker Port, destroying Lagos International Airport, destroying Lagos Stock Exchange. We will get to the Oduduwa Republic. Without this destruction, you won't get to the Oduduwa Republic. That is it. If you want to get to the Oduduwa Republic peacefully, the first thing you do is to put your son there as president while you are lobbying America. We told you, you lobby America, you participate in politics. If these two options fail, then it is organized violence. You don't lobby America, you are shouting Oduduwa Republic. Is it by shouting you get to the Oduduwa Republic? Fulani that are not Nigerians, that are foreigner in Nigeria, like English, When we chase away the English, you know what we did? A lot of protests. You want to chase away Fulani from Nigeria. Are they going to go back to, the English went back to England, right? Fulani, are they going to go back to Senegal? You think the Fulani in Nigeria will be ruling them in Senegal when we chase them away? No. They will just be ordinary individuals there. They don't want to give up the money in Nigeria. They are controlling the money that belongs to Yoruba. The only reason why Igbo are supporting them is because Igbo have nothing. Yoruba PDP members agitating for the Oduduwa Republic and campaigning against the 2023 elections have the understanding and support of the government of Buhari. Don't be fooled. All the Yoruba liberals are agitating. They have the understanding and support of Buhari. Buhari will not likely hand over power to Tinubu. That was why Tinubu was warning him, saying that Buhari will not spend an hour beyond his time. Because Buhari would rather have Fulani military to take over than to allow Tinubu. I don't think you understand the power that we're talking about. You don't understand the power. So Tinubu will be president of Nigeria now. A Fulani will be commissioner of police. No, I'm asking you. Tinubu will be president of Nigeria now. Fulani will control the military. So that they can just wake up one day and fucking kill him and take government from him. No. Yoruba that you have never seen before. Tinubu will bring them from all walks of life, particularly from America. You will see them occupying all of this position. So Tinubu will be president of Nigeria. Fulani will be controlling the port in Lagos, right? So me, I will stay in England to be arrested by stupid English police, to be washing toilets, to be doing care work, to be doing security guard. That's what I will be sitting around when Tinubu is president. Is that a possibility? No. We're coming home to take back our land. So Fulani don't want to give up this. Igbo knows the implication. Tinubu has always been talking about two concepts that people are ignoring. Containerized economy. He has always been rejecting it. It's referring to the Igbo. Igbo governors, they will go to Abuja every month, collect their allocation, money that belongs to Yoruba and Niger Delta. They will collect it, give it to their boys. They will go to China and bring container here. Oh boy, I get container for sea, right? So they dump all rubbish into Yoruba land. Ordinary pen, we cannot manufacture it in Yoruba land. Tinubu is going to stop containerized economy. So what does that mean? Fuck up Igbo, right? Tinubu is going to decentralize Nigeria. He's been talking about decentralized democracy. Fulani don't want it. So these people will definitely gang up against him. And to God be the glory. Tinubu believes in organized violence. It's not Awolowo. It's not Abiola. Look at Abiola. He just died like common chicken. You won an election. You allow your enemy to arrest you, put you in prison, kill your wife, and yet you are saying, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Check what you cook. I want to teach the dancing. I don't want to fight. Do you get it? To declare war. Oh ma kunani, but ile Yoruba ti ma kuro no Nigeria. So you think Tinubu, what they are doing on Tinubu is to, it's now getting older. The older you are, you will have you want to encourage the relative peace as you are getting older. You understand? That is what they are playing on. And Tinubu should remember one thing. If his generation fail, it will make things excruciating difficult for my generation. What we're asking for is justice. Simple. I am a foreigner in England. I would like to be the king of England after the death of Queen. Will the English accept me, a Yoruba person? The English will say, no, you cannot. If I try, they will try to kill me. But we continue to allow Fulani who are foreigners in Nigeria to be president. I'm a foreigner too in England. Let me rule them if they will accept that. They will not. This is the problem we need to address. So all of the people in PDP that are shouting, it is targeted at Tinubu. The government of Buhari support it. Buhari, remember, he won the election in 2015. Under 6 months or 8 months, by 2016, he went to Lagos and he was killing people with a helicopter, saying that they were oil bunkers, killing them with a helicopter. All of these Oduduwa Republic agitators who are saying no election in 2023, they have been parading everywhere. parading, saying no election, constituting nuisance. Buhari is interested in what they are doing, in as much as they can stop Tinubu. So what I see, it is the Yoruba youth, the conservative wing, that will fuck up everything. And let me tell you, Yoruba Libra, you know, everything YYF has been saying, that is what the entire country is practicalizing. Our staggered protest, we brought that concept, you did that. Shutting down Lagos, everything we've been talking about, we've been practicalizing. You think the Yoruba conservative who are in government are not taking notice of what we're saying? They will shock you. When Sanwo-Olu addressed as governor, he said, if Lagos falter, Nigeria goes down. I think you should know the meaning. It is Lagos that must go down if you, Yoruba, if you want to be free. And we're warning the irresponsible English establishment. In 1994, you came with Royal Navy to kill our people over our port. You have your own port in England. We Yoruba are not the people in charge of it. If you dare to, in fact, there is nowhere you are going to come. Because what happened in 1994, because we seized the port, you came with Royal Navy to kill Yoruba. This time around, there will not be any port to seize because the port will be destroyed. We want to take back our possession. We cannot be washing toilets for English in England. We cannot be doing care work for them in England. We cannot be cleaning their streets. We cannot be doing car park attendant. We cannot be doing miserable job. We want to go back to our home country and work there. We don't want Fulani to control our jobs anymore. Look, let me be frank. Buhari had allowed the agitation to go on and possibly be an excuse to stop the 2023 general election under the guise of a constitutional conference before the election or insecurity. Look at the chairman of PDP, Secondu. He has already said that there will be no election in 2023. It's the same treatment they gave to Abiola. That's why I'm just, look, conservatives are coming to court. You useless Libra, I'm not asking for your support. No, I've been very outspoken. I've been very honest with you come to court and learn. You are saying Oduduwa Republic. Shebi, you said I started all of these things, right? Which is a fact. Then you come to court, how we're going to address the jury. Come to court. Come and learn what is going on in Nigeria. We're going to start the case on the 10th of May. Come to Sodok Crown Court. Sit in. If you are not allowed to come in, sit outside. Watch through the television there. If you are really interested in Oduduwa Republic, come to court. We will expose the atrocity of the government of England. I don't call them UK government. Obasanjo, Buhari, Igbo, and the English establishment are working together to stop Tinubu from becoming the president of Nigeria in 2023. To stop Tinubu, they plan to use the military coup. Look at what happened in Chad Republic. Look at what happened in another country where military coup has taken over. Has America removed the military leader? No. Did you see the UK government saying that, oh, we're going there, you the military, you have to leave? No. A Fulani can come out tomorrow and say that, look, Buhari is gone. There is insecurity in the land. That is their plan. All the bombing that is happening, they call it banditry, they call it Boko Haram, insurgency, all the crises that are going on in Nigeria is targeted at Tinubu. They want to stop the election, so they are deliberately killing people to say, stop the election. You can wake up tomorrow and a Fulani will say, we've taken over the government from Buhari. People are killing everywhere. There is insecurity everywhere. They will just give you one shit thing. It is the handiwork of English establishment. So Yoruba conservative, it is organized violence that will end Nigeria. Don't let anybody pretend. So they are planning to use military coup to stop Tinubu from winning or contesting in 2023. They are planning to convene a national conference to fool the Yoruba people. Buhari will just wake up one day and say, look, there's so much crisis, everybody is asking for this and that, so there will be a national conference. It could be next year that we will be saying that. It will just say there will be a national conference and the outcome of the National Conference will be deliberated by the National Assembly. So by May 29, 2023, it will just hand over to one sheep person. They don't want Tinubu to be president. They are pushing everything at us. The only power we have is Lagos. Let us shut it down. That is the honest truth. To stop Tinubu, that was why they started saying that everybody should go and register as APC members. So they will select delegates, pay the delegates, and ask the delegate to vote for a particular candidate other than Tinubu. That's another way they are trying to stop it. Tinubu is the only man that will give you Oduduwa Republic. All of the people that are agitating for Oduduwa Republic, actually, they don't mean it. They don't want it. I know a lot of them in London. David Hamilton is a PDP guy. This guy that is in Scotland, Mayegun, has always been working with PDP. Koiki has always been working with PDP. Citizen Ewa is a PDP guy. All of them, they are PDP members. Dara Talk Show, I don't know how valid the information is. They said that her husband, I was very shocked that that woman has a husband, believe you me. And that since that time, I kind of respect her because I respect women that have been able to manage their home. But I'm shocked that such a horrible woman could actually have a husband. The husband is PDP, the brother is PDP. All of them are PDP. All this noise around no campaign for election is targeted at Tinubu. So all of the things they are doing is to stop Tinubu from the presidency. You remember all of these people that are shouting, Professor Banji Akintoye and the rest of them. In October 2020, they planned the Oduduwa Republic rally for October 1st. It failed. In December 2020, they issued a 90-day ultimatum to the federal government of Nigeria to set up a committee to review the constitution. It failed. It is just game. After that 90 days ultimatum in January 2021, they issued an ultimatum to the Fulani to leave Yoruba land. This was led by Sunday Igboho. It was very deadly, confrontational. They achieved nothing. Again, in March 2021, they issued a 30 days ultimatum to the federal government to postpone the elections and restructure Nigeria. All of these things are just targeted at Tinubu. They are so scared. Even me, the only thing I've been thinking about that I have not been able to crack is that how is Tinubu going to pull it off? I said this yesterday. Look at the people that are against this man. The English establishment. That's why you see Buhari going to Archbishop of Canterbury. He is the one representing the English establishment. They are planning for Tinubu. Buhari don't want him. Fulani don't want him. Igbo don't want him. Half Yoruba are against it. Only this man. And God is very merciful. You will see. Joe Biden, that we least expected to help him, he could be the joker. With the grace of God. And he will do wonder for the Yoruba nation. But not without strict protests. So, in March 2021, they issue another 30-day ultimatum to the federal government, saying that the federal government should postpone the election of 2023 and restructure Nigeria. Some of the federal government will restructure Nigeria. After that, in April, just last month, 2021, they issue another 120 days ultimatum to the federal government to attend to their demand of self-determination. Otherwise, they will repudiate the 1999 Constitution and assert the Yoruba independence. Look at what they are doing. They started in 2019 of no election campaign. Then in 2020, they were killing people, blaming it on Fulani themselves, the Yoruba liberals. Then they started issuing ultimatum. Now they've issued another 120 days ultimatum. By the time it gets to 2022, which is their target, they want to frustrate the APC convention. Let me tell you one secret. If Tinubu drops dead today, and God forbid, Professor Banji Akintoye and the like of Sunday Igboho, they will drop the agitation for the Oduduwa Republic because their only target is to destroy Tinubu. If Tinubu loses the APC presidential primaries in 2022, Professor Banji Akintoye, the like of Sunday Igboho, and all the stupid Yoruba leaders that are agitating for the Oduduwa Republic, they will cease all their activities if Tinubu loses the APC presidential primary. They are evil. That is who they are. Their focus is on individuals, not the issues. They target only Tinubu and working with Igbo and Fulani to try to kill him. Look, let me be frank with you folks. In as much as we do believe that the Yoruba leaders working with the Igbo and the Fulani to undermine Tinubu, they have the right to protest in favor of the Oduduwa Republic. The fact that they have not been attacked, arrested by Buhari does not mean that Buhari has changed for the good. He is part of the people to stop a full-blooded Yoruba citizen from becoming the president of Nigeria in 2023. The fact that they have not been arrested, it doesn't mean that Buhari is no longer autocratic the way he has always been. They just want to stop him. So at this junction, let me be frank with the Yoruba conservative. We need to reactivate MC Oluomo's group. I know the English will have been targeting that guy. The English will have traveled down to Canada to target his family. That is how the English works. They are corrupt. The government in England is a very, very corrupt government. It is the wealth in Yoruba land that they are using to fund development in England. They are stealing your wealth. We must reactivate our paramilitary wing in Yoruba land to now take advantage of the desperation of the Igbo, the Fulani, the half Yoruba, and the English to stop Tinubu to shut down Lagos. That is where the wealth is. Imagine the beautiful Dangote refinery. We just throw one bomb there. Imagine how that will be. Everywhere will be unraveled. That is likely going to be the outcome of Nigeria. The people I have mentioned can no longer be subjugating the Yoruba nation. Our generation will not take it. I have lived in England for almost 14 years. I feel it. I see discrimination every day of my life, particularly from their stupid police. And I continue to wonder, if the police in England can stop and search us because we are black, if they can come into our house and arrest us on the slightest stupid excuses, why is it that we cannot do the same thing to English who are living in Lagos and Ibadan? To just stop and search them for fun, beat them up the way they beat us up in their country. Lock them in our prison the same way they locked us up in our prison. And now realize that it is because we are not controlling the presidency. It is because we don't have control over our region. Otherwise, the stupid English police will not be harassing us, intimidating us in their country, and we allow their own citizens to live freely in our own society. We must teach our children tit for tat policy. We must teach our children reciprocity. We must teach them diplomacy. Go and read the word diplomacy. It is not to be foolish. It is to engage in tit for tat. We don't have to fold our hands until these people get to destroy Tinubu. Let us shut down Lagos. If we shut down Lagos, Nigeria will collapse. It will collapse. And it will be good for America, for Israel's company, to rebuild Lagos. We need them to come and help us to rebuild. And they will gladly do. But as long as Lagos remains the way it is, Yoruba land will never be great. And we will never get to the Oduduwa Republic. We will be protesting. One generation will come, speak, nothing will happen. And that generation will die off. Another generation will come, speak, nothing will happen. There is need for destruction of Lagos. This is organized violence. Unless they are going to give us what belongs to us, the control of Nigeria. Because we Yoruba, we are the Caucasian of Nigeria and we are the English of Nigeria. Whatever makes the English to always and only produce the Prime Minister of Great Britain, a union of 4 nations. You will never see the Scottish saying that they want to be Prime Minister of UK. You will never see the Welsh saying that they want rotational prime ministership in UK. You will never see the Northern Irish saying they want to be prime minister. Only the English have always been producing the prime minister. That should be the case in Nigeria. Only the Yoruba should always produce the president. Why is it that they don't want Yoruba to be president of Nigeria? Because we are the owner of the wealth. And they are stealing this wealth to build other country. That is why we are poor and miserable. The Yoruba that are living in Yoruba land are poor and miserable. The Yoruba that are living abroad are also poor and miserable. You think you are not poor and miserable because you live in England. We are always living in our house. We go to work our ass out, and come back to our house. We are not living, we are just existing. Is that how, from one generation to another, is that how we're going to be for the rest of our life? We have asked for a return to regional government, they refuse. We have asked for decentralization of police, they refuse. We have asked for decentralization of the military, they refuse. We have asked for everything, they have refused us. They want us to continue to live like this. Look at something that they are doing. Igbo will come to Yoruba land, Hausa will come to Yoruba land, Ijaw will come to Yoruba land. Everybody they will come to Yoruba land. They get to Yoruba land, they will be speaking pidgin. If you don't speak English in England, they will not give you your paper to stay in that country. But every idiot are coming to our space, they will be speaking in pidgin. They should speak Yoruba language. They should speak Yoruba language. Because they are the people coming to our space. They should speak our language. Why will anyone be speaking pidgin in Yoruba land? You will write English text before you can stay in England. So these are some of the things that we will see. The Yoruba APC made a terrible mistake in 2013 with that merger that gave the party ticket to Buhari. You will see Buhari will fuck up Tinubu in 2023. He will fuck him up. This is what we have seen. The handwriting is on the wall. Now Tinubu is saying Buhari will not stay an hour outside his administration. That should ring bell. Buhari would rather allow military to take power than to allow Tinubu to be president. But we hope that President Joe Biden will come to listen to the Yoruba people. We hope that President Joe Biden will not behave like other democratic presidents who have always been undermining the Yoruba nation. It was the democratic president of John F. Kennedy that approved the imprisonment of Abiola. It was during his time, the imprisonment of Awolowo. It was during the time of President John F. Kennedy as the democratic president of America that Awolowo was put in prison. It was during the presidency of Bill Clinton, a Democrat, that Abiola and his wife were assassinated. Now we have President Joe Biden. Is he going to allow the assassination of Tinubu? Is he going to allow the denial of Tinubu to take the presidency of Nigeria? So President Joe Biden cannot pretend to the world that his presidency is going to protect the interests of other nations. It's going to bring about justice. Democratic Party are known not to talk about justice, especially when it concerns the Yoruba nation. Under the Democratic Party in America, we have always faced trouble for our leaders in Yoruba land. If President Joe Biden should allow the assassination of Tinubu, it will be an indelible mark on his presidency. We can no longer have another Abiola on our case. Tinubu should be allowed to be president of Nigeria. Yoruba must take the presidency of Nigeria. We do not believe in zoning. Only Yoruba must produce the presidency of Nigeria. If the Igbo and Fulani are not in support of that, we can shake hands and break up the country peacefully. Young Yoruba, you must prepare to shut down Lagos. Without it, they will kill Tinubu in our lifetime. Nothing will happen. I have nightmare thinking about Abiola. When Abiola won the election in 1993, he was put in prison in 1994, and we moved on with our life. People were going to work, people were having children, people were having parties. when Abiola was languishing in jail until they assassinated him. Is that the same way we are going to allow them to kill Tinubu? To allow the English to assassinate this guy? The same way the English killed MKO Abiola? Is that what we are going to be facing? Is this how our leaders are going to continue to be killed? That is why we are saying to Yoruba youth, Lagos is the battleground. It must go down. Thank you very much. And I'll see you tomorrow. But let me see if I can just quickly read through some of the things you're saying. Look, I can take some of you. Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Olatunji Awofeso. He says, English have been prime minister since the introduction of the post of prime minister in 1721, and the first English prime minister was Robert Walpole. It is very rare, yes, for you to find Scottish, Welsh, or Irish as the prime minister of the United Kingdom. We should be able to confront English and say to them these things too. Also, you see, I have said this yesterday. The Fulani in Nigeria are not from Nigeria, they are from Senegal. So the Fulani in Nigeria are immigrants. The Polish in UK, they are like Fulani. The Polish are from Poland. They are also present in United Kingdom. But the English will not allow the Polish to be prime minister of their country. But they are supporting Fulani to a president of Nigeria. The English are doing a lot of horrible and terrible things to the Yoruba nation. I don't understand how come the Yoruba just think it's not good for us to live in England. And I've been saying this, if you want to live abroad, go to America or Canada or go to the Scandinavia country. If you want to get education, go to Scandinavia countries and get your education. Why must all of you just be coming to England, the country that doesn't like us? The country that is always undermining the interests of the Yoruba. We're asking Governor Sanwo-Olu in Lagos, stop giving English businesses contract. Ignore them. Look up to Israel, look up to America. He wants to go and give Fort Mainland Bridge to the Chinese. Disgusting. There's no point you running away from Nigeria. I'm telling you, Yoruba. There's no point. There is no opportunities abroad. The opportunities are in Yoruba land. We that are outside, we are desperate to come back. We are so desperate. If Tinubu should be president of Nigeria, you will see how Yoruba abroad will troop back home. We're coming to take over our land. That's what we'll do. There's nothing abroad. Absolutely nothing. We have so much wealth. We have quantified the wealth in Yoruba land. We are 60 million people. The wealth in Yoruba land can take care of 120 million people. So not a single Yoruba soul should be living abroad. It's very worthless, Professor Banjia. You know, it's actually worthless. You're right, Mr. Olatunji. Mr. Olatunji, I hope you come to court. I know you live in Manchester. I know you come to court for my trial. It will be nice to meet you. I really enjoy reading from you. Yeah, that is it. Look, I've said it in the beginning of this lecture. There are some Scottish. They don't want to be part of United Kingdom. What do? They look for a political party that meets their desire. Scottish National Party, and they started voting for them. So Scottish National Party has been winning election in Scotland, and every election year, the promise is that we will get you out of UK. So all of these people that are just shouting, they lie to you, we don't belong to any political party, but their party is PDP. Tell them, let the PDP address the PDP Yoruba, address Yoruba people that you support Oduduwa Republic. You see how people will vote for you. I know that is what you are going to likely do in 2023, and you are deceiving the people. You are deceiving the people. Yeah, that's what they do. They're selling T-shirts. They tell you they will get to the door. I have told them the money that you have contributing to give to Sunday Igboho, trust me, the Yoruba that are working with Joe Biden, yeah, there are some fantastic Yoruba brain working with Joe Biden. Go and be buying gifts for them, writing letters to their house, sending letters to them, silent lobbying them. Go there, go and greet them, go and talk to them. By the time you start putting pressure with the money you are donating, start using it to lobby in America. Sunday Igboho is in an entity. It can't get you anything. You will see that the tide will turn. Even America will be advocating for Oduduwa Republic, US government. But you are giving money to Sunday Igboho to buy bus. You know that Ganiyu Adamu has never fought a single war. Now, I want you to prove me wrong if he has ever fought a single war. There are fantastic Yoruba that are working in US Army that have fought different wars that they should be the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò. Ganiyu Adamu never fought a single war. Not one. We're not talking about street protests during June 12th struggle. Yeah, yeah, thank you very much for learning. All of them are asking for youth. We want the youth to rule. Ode, Muritala, youth. Agui Rossi, youth. All of the presidents that have destroyed Nigeria were all youths. Gowon, youth, 30-something years old. Muritala, youth. Obasanjo, youth. All of them, they destroyed Nigeria. Babangida, he was a youth as well. All of them were youths. They destroyed Nigeria. So you need people like Tinubu to straighten things up. You're talking about you need youth. Youth to call, you need youth every Oshina Shekri until you have more history. Ilé tí ò ń ṣe APC sí ní APC àwọn PDP Yorùbá Libra wọ́n ní ṣé kò wọ́n PDP náà wà ó wọ́n máa sọ fún yín pé ṣé kò sẹ́lómi ọ̀rádà Tinubu ni olóṣì ó ti sọ ẹ̀yin PDP Yorùbá ṣe gbé candidate jáde ṣe gbé candidate kankan jáde fún president ẹ̀yin táyé yín ti ta tẹkàn bá Igbo sùn tẹ́ǹtì tìtorí ẹ̀ ní relationship pẹ̀lú Igbo àwa ò fẹ́ English ni àwa ò mọ iye Yorùbá tó marry English so a ṣe tìtorí ẹ̀ sọ pé ká má ṣọ̀jẹ̀ fún English òpò nítorí pé ẹ ti ń bá Igbo sùn ẹ ti ń fi ìpè ẹ̀yin àti Igbo ẹjọ́ wà ń ṣàwáwò kò sí nǹkan tó kàn yín pẹ̀lú APC Yorùbá ẹni tó sọ pé àwọn like ní Tinubu ẹ̀yin náà wèrè tẹ́ wà ní PDP Yorùbá ẹ gbé candidate jáde ẹ ní candidate ẹ máa yọnu sí nǹkan táwọn APC ń ṣe. Yeah, I think that Deji Adeyanju guy tá bá mọ ìyá ẹ̀ la máa mọ ẹni tó wà it doesn't I'm not 100% sure that the Deji Adeyanju guy is Yoruba. So I don't think you guys have any questions for me. So I'm just reading what you're saying. So guys, I will have to see you tomorrow. So thank you very much.